Welcome to Khetz Tutorials, and welcome to the next video in the Python for Beginners series. This is where we left off in the previous video. We are talking about input. Now, I just want to extend from here so we don't necessarily have to create a new file. You can do that if you want. So in the previous video, this prompted for an input, and if we run this, let's just run it again. Just going to run that, and I'm expected to say, please enter your first name. Then we'll just enter the first name, whatever it is that we want to enter, into the terminal. Then it will prompt for the last name, and we'll just press enter, and both of those things will be saved. And the print statement, which is the last statement in our code, we just say hi, and we'll have whatever it is that we entered next to it. So here it is. Please enter your first name. Let's type in Khetz. You can type in whatever you want. Last name, this is what I'm going to type. And that is what it says. This is where we left off. Now today I want to talk about F strings. So F strings are basically a way of formatting the output, and we see the output when we print. So I want to show you a new way of outputting your text. So I'm just going to skip a line, don't have to. I just want to separate this. So in here, this is what we're going to do. Let's erase this and keep the print. So to start F strings, you're going to say F, then have your quotation marks, either double or single. It'll automatically finish the closing one for you, right? And in here, you're going to have your text. Remember, we had hi and then with a comma, but it was outside the quotation mark. So we had something like this, if you remember, and so on. But now with F strings, you can actually put your variables inside the quotation mark. So once again, you start with an F, just the basic F, and you have your quotation mark, either single or double. Then in here, you're going to put these curly braces and put in the name of our variables. So hi, then we're going to have a space, another curly brace, and put in the other variable. So your variables go into curly braces, and you'll see that these curly braces are inside the quotation mark. So this is the basic format of an F string. F, quotation marks, then you type a sentence. If you want to have a variable, you put it in there. We can add another variable just to show that this doesn't just work with variables that come from the input. So the variables can be from anywhere. Let's just say age 16. And restart our F string. So you'd say F, quotation mark, then let's say hi. Then we're going to put the first variable, which is first name. We're going to close the brace, and we're going to put the last name next to it as well. Then we're going to type something like I heard you are, then put in the curly braces, old, because that is the age. So expect this to say hi, first name, last name, which will be replaced by whatever it is that we'll type. I heard you are this old. So let's try this and see what it actually does. So I'm going to run that, and it will prompt for the first name, last name, and I already stored the age, so that is why I didn't ask for that. I'm just going to say hi Khetz Tutorials. I heard you are 16 years old. Let's put years over there, so that makes more sense. But this is the basic principle of F strings. So instead of having your variables outside your quotation marks, you have them in here, and this is much faster than any other formatting type that is in Python. And I do advise that you use this for your output whenever you want to have your variables inside. Now, if you didn't have these curly braces, let me just show you what would happen. Let's say we remove the curly braces. Now, this would literally just print what we have over there and not the content of the variables. So be mindful of this. If you have this, now just say hi, first name, last name. I heard you are 8 years old. So instead of outputting whatever we stored in the variables, now it will just output exactly this, which is not what we want. So whenever you want to use the value of a variable, make sure you have that variable in these curly braces. So you can play around with this. This was just a short overview of f strings. I believe this is all that there is to them, and you can just use them for whatever application that you want to use them. So I hope you like this video. If you do like it, just give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.